New York, Kristaps Porzingis had 37 points and 11 rebounds. Michael Beasley made the biggest plays in overtime, and the New York Knicks beat the Los Angeles Lakers 113,109. On Tuesday night, Beasley had 13 points, including the tie-breaking follow shot, and an assist in the extra period as the Knicks went back over .500 at 14-13. 13 of their victories have come at Madison Square Garden. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope scored 24 points for the Lakers, who had won 2 in a row on their trip. Rookie Kyle Kuzma added 19 points off the bench. Lonzo Ball had 17 points, 8 rebounds and 6 assists, with a dazzling third-quarter stretch that had Father Lever celebrating wildly from his courtside seat. Next to Lithuania bounced Suns Liagello and LaMelo. But Lonzo was quiet after that period beyond 2 free throws early and not. The Knicks essentially won it with Beasley's flurry of a tip-in, a passing side to Doug McDermott for a basket, and a driving layup that turned at 103 all game into a 109,103 lead with 124 remaining in the overtime. Mavericks 95, Spurs 89. Dallas AP, J.J. Barea scored 14 of his 16 points in the second half, and Dallas spoiled the season debut of San Antonio star Kawhi Leonard. Leonard missed the first 27 games because of right quadriceps tendinopathy, a condition that causes pain and weakness in the knee. He wasn't around in the fourth quarter when Barea finished a rally that he started by scoring 8 points in the final 149 of the third. Harrison Barnes scored 17 points, while Yogi Ferrell and Wesley Matthews had 16 apiece. As the Mavericks ended a 5-game losing streak at home to the Spurs, who had a 4-game winning streak stopped for the third time this season. Barea led the Mavericks with 6 assists, teaming up with a loop dunk partner Dwight Powell a couple of times as Powell finished with 12 points and 12 rebounds. LaMarcus Aldridge had 23 points and 15 rebounds, and Rudy Gay scored 21 for the Spurs, who shot 29% while getting outscored 2,820 in the fourth quarter. Leonard, who had 13 points, went to the locker room late in the third quarter, with no immediate word on whether he had hit the unspecified minutes restriction coach Greg Popovich said would be in place. He played 16 minutes. Cavaliers 123, Hawks 114. Cleveland AP, LeBron James had 25 points and tied a career high with 17 assists, and Cleveland defeated Atlanta. James was 11 of 13 from the field, had 7 rebounds and was given a standing ovation when he was removed from the game with 234 remaining. Cleveland won for the 15th time in 16 games. The Cavaliers hit a season-high 20 three-pointers, including 9 in the first quarter. Cleveland had a season-high 35 assists. Kyle Korver had 19 points, including 6 three-pointers. Kevin Love, returning after missing a game with a hip injury, scored 17 points, all in the first half. Love had 11 points in the first quarter after sitting out Saturday's game against Philadelphia. He had 12 rebounds. Atlanta fell to 621, the worst record in the league. Taurean Prince scored 24 points, while Kit Bazemore had 20.7. Sixers 118, Timberwolves 112, at Minneapolis. AP, Joel Embiid returned to the lineup to score 28 points, and Philadelphia topped Minnesota in overtime. Embiid, back in action after missing 2 games with back tightness, hit 2 free throws with 14.8 seconds remaining to force overtime. He then scored 7 points in the extra session, including a 3-pointer that gave Philadelphia a 7-point lead in the final 2 minutes. J.J. Redick scored 24 points and was 11 of 11 from the free throw line for the Sixers, who snapped a 4-game losing streak. Jimmy Butler led Minnesota with a season-high 38 points, including a pair of 3-pointers in the final minute of regulation. Embiid got the better of Karl Anthony Towns as the talented 7-footers battled down low all night. Towns had 17 points and 15 rebounds, his 22nd double-double of the season. Nets 103, Wizards 98. New York AP, Rondae Hollis-Jefferson and Karis LeVert each scored 16 points. And Brooklyn overcame blowing a double-digit second-half lead and took advantage of a costly mistake by Washington in the final seconds. Brooklyn's Allen Crabbe hit a 3-pointer with 43.8 seconds left to put the Nets up 10,098. Bradley Beal missed a potential game-tying pull-up jumper and Spencer Dinwiddie was then fouled, making one of 2 free throws to increase the lead to 10,198. A timeout by Washington advanced the ball past half-court, but Tomas Satoransky was unable to inbound the ball in time, drawing a 5-second violation. Levert then made 2 free throws with 7 seconds left to seal the win. Playing at home for the first time in over a week after playing a game in Atlanta and 2 games in Mexico as the home team, the Nets returned to the Barclays Center and had a total of 7 players score in double figures. Kings 99, Suns 92. Sacramento, California. AP George Hill had 18 points and 7 rebounds in his return to the starting lineup, and Sacramento rallied late in the fourth quarter to beat Phoenix. Zach Randolph added 17 points, 7 rebounds and 5 assists, Buddy Hield scored 14 points, and Willie Cauley-Stein had 13 points and 6 rebounds to help the Kings win for the second time in 5 games. Sacramento trailed 8,580 with 6 minutes remaining, then scored 13 consecutive points to take control. Randolph led the surge with 8 points and an assist. The Kings' big man made a 3-point play after getting fouled by Tyson Chandler to secure the win. The late scoring flurry was a change from the rest of the game when both teams struggled to score with much consistency. Phoenix built an early 10-point lead in the first half, but went scoreless for more than 5 minutes in the fourth quarter and lost its 4th straight. The Suns, who have dropped 9 of 11, fell to 0-3 since losing leading scorer Devin Booker to a left adductor strain. Nuggets 103, Pistons 84. Detroit. AP Jamal Murray scored 28 points, and Denver handed Detroit its 7th straight loss. Trey Lyles added 20 points for Denver. Wilson Chandler scored 18 points, and Mason Plumlee had 10 points and 13 rebounds. Reserves Langston Galloway 18 points, and Boban Marjanovic 14 led the Pistons in scoring. Reggie Jackson was the only Detroit starter to reach double figures with 12 points. Detroit turned the ball over 8 times in the game's first 9 minutes, and was down 12 points as a result. Pistons coach Stan Van Gundy went to his bench early, and Marjanovic started a rally with his post offense. The Denver lead was down to 3,330 when Andre Drummond returned to the floor, but Van Gundy went back to Marjanovic after the Nuggets went back up 4,436 late in the half. Drummond finished with just 5 points in 27 minutes.